The man spent all day locked in his lab, buried in complex mathematical equations. Even when the butler called him for meals, he barely responded. When a friend came by, curious about his strange behavior, Hart panicked, quickly making up an excuse to brush him off. It was as if he was secretly working on something monumental. A week ago, he and his fiancée were attacked by robbers. They had handed over all their money, but one of the thieves accidentally fired his gun over a cheap engagement ring, killing Hart's fiancée on the spot. The robbers, realizing they had made a terrible mistake, fled the scene, leaving Hart frozen in despair, watching as his beloved's body turned cold. Strangely, he neither called the police nor sought revenge. Instead, he became obsessed with one goal: going back in time to change everything. After relentless effort, Hart finally succeeded in building a time machine. Its metallic shell gleamed with the distinctive steampunk aesthetic of 1909. As he gazed at his creation, he felt a moment of disbelief. Was this real, or was he dreaming? But the thought of saving his fiancée pushed him forward. He eagerly pulled the activation lever, only to realize that time travel was far more complicated than he had imagined. As the machine powered up to full speed, its front and rear wheels emitted dazzling beams of light. Hart hesitated briefly before placing his hand on the control lever. Time began to rewind at an astonishing speed, visible to the naked eye. In the blink of an eye, he was back on the night of their date. But since another version of himself still existed in this timeline, he knew he had to avoid unnecessary complications. To keep Emma safe and out of the robber's path, he decided to send her into the bustling city streets. He thought he had successfully altered fate, but while he was distracted for just a moment, merely stopping to buy flowers, Emma was tragically killed by an out-of-control carriage. No matter what he did, no matter how many times he tried, Emma always died that night, each time in a different way. Hart was baffled. Desperate to find a way to truly change the past, he made a drastic decision. He would travel far into the future to seek answers.